my people, you know this is Don Tony Teflon, and I'm back at you another one, and this one is Recasting Game of Thrones. And in this edition of Recasting Game of Thrones, I'll recast the former Lord of Winterfell, the former Hand of the King, Lord Eddard Stark. But wait, there's more. Due to all of the positive feedback I've received doing these videos in the last couple of days, I will also do what you fans have asked me to do. And that is cast other characters who have not been in Game of Thrones. So, in this video I will also cast the Wild Wolf himself, Brandon Stark. Video after video, my people, this does not get any easier, especially when we're talking about Sean Bean playing Ned Stark. I mean, Sean Bean is Ned Stark in every aspect of the word. How couldn't you see this man as Ned Stark? So recasting this gentleman as somebody else is very, very difficult indeed. But I'm going to do my best effort to try to get this done without a doubt. And when we're talking about an actor, the quality of Sean Bean, I'm no doubt going to have to go beyond the realm of TV and go right into the movies and try to pull somebody out of there. Because it's the only way I can make a realistic comparison to the presence that Sean Bean brings onto the stage, onto the show as Ned Stark. Because we have a guy who just embodies the lordly life. He really looks like he's from the north. He really looks like he could swing the sword. He really looks like he can play some type of politics, even though we know Ned Stark's not the greatest politic player. But Sean Bean does embody that. He has the ability to pull these things off. So I have to try to find someone who could pull all these things off just as good, if not better, than Sean Bean, which is a very daunting task. Now the only thing I can do is try to get someone that looks a little bit closer to the books than Sean Bean actually looks, because he does not really fit the build when you look at the books. Now Eddard Stark is supposed to have a long face with dark hair and gray eyes. He's supposed to be in his 30s, but I will not pull an actor in his 30s because they did not pull an actor in his 30s. Now we know that his dark gray eyes reflect his mood, and they're supposed to turn as soft as fog and also as hard as stone. And he's also having a reputation of having cold, frozen eyes, which reflects his cold, frozen heart. So I'm going to have to go off of those things and try to find someone who could fill that role that has those features a little bit more than Sean Bean does. And that's the only way I think I can pull this off. Now we're looking for someone who could play that caring, nurturing father, that caring, nurturing husband, also the Lord role, also the warrior, former warrior, warrior who doesn't like to do battle but is willing to do battle when he has to, but he's not the greatest warrior in the realm. That's what I'm looking for when I'm trying to cast this character of Ned Stark. And in all honesty, I have only come up with one person that could truly flip this build, one person that could truly take the place of Sean Bean. And as I said, I had to go into the movies more than the TV shows to pull this person out. So, in this edition of Recasting Game of Thrones, I recast Sean Bean, Lord Eddard Stark, as Liam Neeson. When I look at everything it would take to play this role, as good as Sean Bean did, if not better, being the father figure, being the warrior, being the Lord, this is the only man that truly comes to mind that could fulfill all of those things and do it, as I said, maybe even better than Sean Bean did it. Yes, he is more of a movie actor than a TV person, but so is Sean Bean. I truly think that he would have fit right in with the other cast members of Game of Thrones, and I think fans would have been just as sad to see him go in Season 1. But as I said, there's more. So, for this edition of casting Game of Thrones, I am going to cast the Wild Wolf himself, Brandon Stark. So I cast the Wild Wolf, Brandon Stark, as Jonathan Mayers. And when I look at this guy, I think he would be the perfect young Brandon Stark. We need someone who is sinister. We need someone who looks like they can fight, and we need someone who looks like the ladies want to be with him. And I think that this man embodies all those things. Also, we need someone who looks like he should have been the Lord of Winterfell, other than his brother who became the Lord of Winterfell. So that's my pick of those people. And if you are interested in me casting other people, I have done that in my Euron Greyjoy video. I did cast Victorion Greyjoy, so please check that one out. And as always, put it in the comments how you feel about these picks, and put it in the comments who you want me to recast or cast next. And as always, if you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, please spread this across the realm, and please subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace, and stay sexy.